For those seeking a relocation, there is a distinct difference between moving to a busy coastal town and moving to the actual untamed coast. Many seek the former for convenience, but a select few crave the raw atmospheric reality of the latter. Today's exploration looks at Seasalter, a stretch of shoreline that refuses to be shaped by modern urban regeneration. This is a location that quietly absorbs the expansion of its famous neighbours, offering an example in property market pragmatism and suburban peace. The historical anchor of this specific area is deeply tied to sustenance and survival rather than leisure. The defining anchor of this village rests entirely on one elemental resource: salt. Recorded in the 1086 Domesday Book, this settlement was famous for its coastal salt pans, an industry that quite literally gave the village its name. It was a place of heavy industry and everyday practicality. That pragmatic DNA remains fiercely intact today. While neighbouring towns lean heavily into seasonal tourism and weekend visitors, this village remains resolutely focused on everyday residential life. Living in Seasalter is an almost cinematic experience. The vibe is about wide, flat skies, shifting marshlands, and dramatic weather systems rolling in directly off the estuary. Many residents appear to appreciate the stark, melancholy beauty of a grey winter afternoon just as much as a bright summer morning. A local's no truth is that the landscape changes entirely with the tide, revealing vast expanses of mudflats that attract rare bird life and provide uninterrupted silence. The retention factor here is strongly environmental. It is an unpolished, elemental lifestyle that demands a certain type of rugged appreciation. One of the best ways to experience the area involves grabbing a pint at the Oyster Pearl while watching sheep graze the salt marshes. The reality check regarding the daily commute is immediate and uncompromising. Seasalter lacks a dedicated railway station. To access the transport network, residents must navigate a longer walk or a short drive, cycle or bus route to Whitstable station, around 2 miles away. However, once at the station, the rail connections prove highly reliable. Commuters rely on consistent peak intervals during the morning rush. The journey times for these peak trains straight into London St Pancras or Victoria take approximately 80 to 90 minutes. Therefore, the door-to-door commute requires careful, deliberate timing. This is a calculated, necessary compromise. The lack of a train station is one of the factors that helps keep local property prices grounded. Analysing the Kent property market reveals a highly logical equation regarding what your money can actually buy when comparing a typical 3-bedroom family home. Whitstable is generally around 8 to 12% more expensive than equivalent properties here, thanks to the convenience of its railway station, the character of its high street and harbour, and its enduring popularity with visitors. Looking east at Herne Bay, comparable houses are typically 10 to 15% less expensive than here, and residents benefit from a railway station, but you are further down the line from London. The picturesque inland village of Chilham is around 25 to 30% more expensive, driven by its historic character, limited housing supply, and enduring village appeal. For the pragmatic buyer, the financial arithmetic in Seasalter is compelling. offering genuine value for those who prioritise generous living space, larger plots and a coastal lifestyle over immediate transport convenience. These comparisons are broad market averages and individual property values will always vary. Local market conditions can also change over time. Family life in Seasalter is tied to the rhythms of the natural world. The general reputation of the surrounding educational infrastructure is robust, dependable, and highly community-oriented. Primary schools often place a strong emphasis on the environment, while secondary education taps seamlessly into the broader Kent grammar school system. The most surprising truth about raising children here is the return to an almost unrestricted style of childhood. The wild environment dictates the play. Weekends are spent exploring the shingle, identifying marsh birds and understanding the shifting tides. It is a grounded environment to navigate the complexities of modern childhood. Admission is subject to the Kent test, oversubscription criteria, and annual catchment policies, which can change yearly. Who is Seasalter for? It is for the dedicated nature enthusiast, for someone who wants the coastal air and the open space without paying the premium for a tourist-heavy high street. It serves the hybrid worker who views the lack of a train station not as a deficit, but as a protective moat against overdevelopment. It lacks the polished gloss of its famous neighbours, but it offers something far more sustainable, authentic, peaceful and highly practical residential living. The verdict confirms that for those willing to manage a slightly longer morning connection, this village provides one of the more sensible, spacious and grounded coastal escapes currently available. Because sometimes the best coastal escapes are the ones that still feel untouched. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video useful. Help me create more videos like this by hitting subscribe. If you'd like to check the videos featuring Whitstable, Herne Bay and Chilham, you can find them in the playlist below.